This program is held at GVRC, Genesee Valley Regional Center, which is a detention center for boys and girls. My friend Ella, who co-teaches the class with me, brought me in. She came to one of my shows and afterwards asked me to come and do it. Thought I'd be a good match. And so we were kind of figuring the program, the drama portion out as we went along, because some of the kids are in there long term, some of the kids are in there for a couple of weeks till they get to court and then they're not there anymore. So we couldn't really do full scripts, so we started doing improv theater instead of trying to, here's your lines, memorize your lines, we'll do a play. We started doing improv games. Now the program is in kind of 3 tiers. The umbrella program is called Arts in Detention, and we have different arts professionals who go in and work with the kids on different days of the week. And I was brought in 3 or 4 years ago to teach drama to the kids. And so drama is the tier that I teach, and underneath that tier is this program we developed called Shakesmedia. Commedia dell'arte, which is classic Italian improv theater, and Shakespearean themes kind of crammed together. A typical class would start with a kind of a round-robin discussion where we get a demographic breakdown, name, age, where you're from, that kind of stuff, and then some kind of icebreaker question like tell us your favorite ice cream. And then we'll just rap for a minute. We'll just talk for a little bit. And at first I was concerned that those beginning talks were getting a little bit long and eating into our actual playtime where we get up and do improv games, but they've really proven invaluable in that the kids loosen up. These kids come in, they're in a bad mood because of where they are. Maybe they just came from court and got bad news. And this helps us to get a little bit personable with them. And part of our job is to give them something different to escape a little bit, And they loosen up, and by the time we're done, they're having fun. By the time the hour and a half's over, they're having fun. They don't want us to leave, So with this program, we're taking Commedia dell'arte, which is classic Italian improv from the 14 to 1500s, and themes from Shakespeare plays. And so we're improvising like a scene with Macbeth and the witches,
What do you guys know?
for example. And they get to do their own take on it. They get a short breakdown of what the scene is, and then they get to just go off the cuff. And the mask forces you to be more expressive in your body because you don't have facial expression now. Your face is neutralized. And so they start getting a little more expressive and creating characters and stuff. And then we take themes we were really focusing on Shakespeare's Macbeth. And we took some of the themes and ideas from some of the scenes and kind of pared them down so they could improvise their way through them. So for example, Banquo, Macbeth's friend, has been murdered by Macbeth, and his ghost shows up at dinner. And so we got to reenact that scene as well. And some of that was very funny. Some of the things the kids came up with were just great. And the kids did a great job. They seemed to enjoy working with masks. We weren't sure how they were going to react. Usually when we do just general improv games, they're reluctant at first, but by the time the hour and a half's over, they don't want it to end. And they took to the masks really well too, so that was very exciting. We want to really keep this program going as long as we can. And again, it's always about granting every year, getting grants and keeping it going. And the people who have money to give really like the program because these kids are in detention, but they're in school while they're there. They go to class, they are learning their subjects they would, whatever grade they would be in public school or wherever. And so this is an extension of that. And so we want to really keep it going and possibly develop it and shop it to other facilities in other cities, other states. There are other organizations that do things similar to this that we might team up with or share resources, share ideas. There are adult prison systems that have Shakespeare behind bars, where they actually will explore a Shakespeare play and perform scenes with memorized lines out of a Shakespeare play, that kind of thing. So we can really go in a lot of different directions, and it's been really exciting working with Ella. And we have a third member, Kyle, who is primarily our secretary, but he's also an actor, so we get him involved as much as we can as well. And the three of us have been really able to bounce a lot of ideas around and come up with new ways to to approach some of the same games, new games for the kids to play, and new ways to approach getting the kids telling stories, since that's what drama is. It's actors telling stories. And eventually we want to get the kids telling their own stories through drama. The impact it's had on them is we've seen several kids just become more confident. Very quiet kids become more expressive. Very timid, shy kids take on leadership roles. And some of the staff that work at GVRC have told us that we've had an impact on that. And more than once, kids have come up to me and Ella as individuals. They come up to us individually and ask, when I get out of here, where can I go do more theater? Which, of course, to me is thrilling, because the more people I can pull into getting into the arts, I just think it's better for people in general. And just that these kids are finding that they can do something they never thought of before.
Group one. Face forward. Face forward. No leaning. No leaning. No touching. No touching. No talking. No talking. I'm going to take you all. I'm going to take you all to the canteen. To the canteen.
Really well done, guys. Really well done. You did great, Kyle. Okay.
Take it out.
Hi, guys.
See you later.
See ya.
Thanks, guys.